Hey guys, good morning. It is Monday, January 16th, 2023. Happy New Year. I know I haven't been on here since before the holidays, so hope everybody's doing well and you had a great holiday season and a couple of weeks already into the new year here. And so I hope everybody's doing well. Just going to go through a quick analysis here of just a few pairs, I think, and see where we're at right now. And that's pretty much it. All right, so let's just get started here. And so this is dollar yen. Now, a lot of the yen pairs look the same. You can see, we've been in this substantial downtrend here. This is the dollar yen. You can just go through the time frames and just see this, huge downtrend we've just been in since on the dollar yen. This started back in October. Okay, and we've been going down since then. Now, fundamentally, the yen is strengthening. Let's see how sustainable it is, because the Bank of Japan has now started to intervene a little bit in order to strengthen the yen, not let it fall so much, which is why we had these huge uptrends on yen pairs for so long, because the Bank of Japan was not doing anything to their interest rates. They were the only central bank that wasn't raising rates or trying to, do anything to beef up their currency a little bit. But they started to intervene a little bit, and that's what's caused these pairs to start to fall off. So let's see how sustainable this is. So just looking at dollar yen on the daily chart, you can see right now we're sitting at what could be a pretty key level where we pushed off this last big uptrend here. This could be, what some might want to call a demand level, where we've come all the way up, come all the way back down, and back to the origin of this last big move up with these impulsive candles moving up, right about where we are now. Now, I'm not saying it's going to go up. We could easily fall off and come all the way back down. If this area fails, then, I think this is probably the next target way down here, okay, which is still a long, long way away. This is a daily chart. That still would put us over 1,300 pips away. But we're at kind of a key area right now. And so if we drop to the 1 hour chart, I put in these two little horizontal lines. These are just basically the swing highs before the last two previous lows were made. So we had this swing high, we made this low, we had this swing high, made this low, and now we've come back up. We broke through this one, and we came right up to this one, and now we're moving sideways. Now, it is a holiday in the U.S. today, so the markets are very quiet. I'm not trading today because there's very thin volume on the holiday liquidity. So, for the U.S. session, there's really probably not much is going to happen today at all. So I'm just watching this. Now, again, guys, I'm not saying this is going to go up. This could just as easily just chop around in here, and then when the liquidity comes back in, we continue to make lows. And, we end up just, breaking through this area and just continuing this downtrend. But it's obviously an area of interest because, a lot of people see this on the chart. And so, we'll see what happens. So the dollar yen and the Swiss yen and the euro yen all pretty much look like this. And just so you guys know, this indicator on here, as you guys know, I'm not a big indicator guy. But this is a MetaTrader 5 account. This is called an adaptive moving average. I did change the settings a little bit. You can see I have it set at 25 and 30, which made it a little slower and smoother. So, but it's a pretty cool moving average. It takes, a little bit of EMA, fast, slow, and it kind of combines it into one. And it's pretty good. I don't trade off moving average crossovers or anything, but it is a nice overall general trend indicator. It flattens out really nice during consolidation times, which is really cool. And it opens up pretty quick when the market begins trading again. So that's what this is. But again, I'm mostly just using, supply and demand, support and resistance, to just price action. And again, always keeping the fundamental picture about a particular currency in mind. So here we are again on this is still dollar yen here on the 15-minute chart. And again, it's just these same two lines just zoomed in a little bit more. We did break through this last swing high right here, came up to the one before that, which also is a little bit more important if you look to the left here. And now price is pulled back and is just range trading, and it's probably just going to do this for the rest of the today. I don't expect it's going to break out of this either way, but we'll see what happens. So the euro yen is pretty much the same thing. Here's the daily chart. It's a little bit more messy, but you can see we've basically have made several taps on this area where this line is, and down on the hourly chart. Again, this was, we dropped down a little bit more, maybe the 15. This was our last swing high right here before we made this last low. And we can see we're nowhere near that right now. So again, for me to, change my bias to more bullish on this, we would have to, break through this, kind of retest and then go. So for now, this is still a bearish posture. But again, I'm just keeping in mind where this price is sitting overall right here. And this area has been good support before where it's bounced off of. But you can see the last time it bounced off of it, which was right here, it didn't go very far, right, compared to this. Came down here, it went up for, what is this, maybe 10, a couple of weeks. This is a daily chart. And then it really didn't even make a new high or put in a new high versus this high. And it came right back down again with 2 daily candles basically wiped out this entire up move. So I'm still overall bearish on this pair. I'd like to see it, maybe come up a little further, but where it is right now, again, if you look to the left right here, this is kind of this previous support now acting as resistance. I wouldn't be surprised if this just, from here just continues to go down, make a new low. But if we did manage to come up and close above here, then, you could see something like this, break, retest, all right, and then up, okay? But this is the least favored scenario right now, and this is the more favored one, okay? CAD yen is a little different. On CAD yen, this area down here, to me, is more of where this needs to go to. So I certainly don't think the downtrend here is over. I think we've got another several hundred pips to go to the downside at least. Again, down to a shorter time frame here. All right, this was, I should probably go to a 15. Here was our last swing high right here before we made this new low, and now we're just kind of drifting up. And again, from a standpoint of key area, you can see, we've run into a lot of resistance right here, which was over here was previous support, okay? So again, the preferred trade on this is, either to go down from here or maybe, continue to come up a little bit more, maybe retest this high and then down. But, overall, unless we see a definitive close back above this high and then maybe a retest and up, then the bias on this should certainly remain to the downside. So that's enough for yen pairs. They all pretty much look like that anyways. Euro CAD is kind of a mess right now. I took a small short off that I had on this from a short time frame that I had taken on Friday from over here. I closed it out this morning for a small profit, but this is just really kind of messy right now, so I'm just going to stand aside on that one. Euro dollar is continuing to go up, but on the shorter time frames, we're definitely starting to consolidate here, and so not really too interested in the euro dollar. Same thing with the Kiwi dollar. Most of the dollar pairs, except for dollar yen right now, are a little bit indecisive. Dollar CAD is consolidating on the lows. Okay, so here's the daily chart of dollar CAD. All right, we had this gap right here that was filled, and now it looks like maybe we're coming back down, but it's kind of range trading. And it's the same thing with the pound dollar. Again, on the shorter time frames, 15 minute to 1 hour, we're just kind of consolidating, although it does look like we've potentially reached some peaks here. But the pound dollar on the daily chart, you see we came right back to the adaptive moving average, rallied up, but it looks like we're struggling to go any further. So this could just be a little dead cat bounce. So if the dollar, fundamentally can get its footing back, then, this will come back down, potentially all the way back down towards these lows here, or maybe even new lows, but we'll see right now. But at the moment, there's not really much going on. Again, today being a holiday, I don't expect we're going to really see much movement. This will probably just chop around all day today. Probably won't be doing anything today. I won't be trading today. So, yeah, so that's about it, guys. I've really cut down the number of pairs I'm trading. I basically got, what do I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Basically nine pairs. Some will say that's too many, but I can't really do much less than that. Because there's not always going to be opportunities on every. If you just my whole concept about trading just on 1 or 2 pairs, I know people like to push that. There's not always going to be opportunities on a pair, no matter what, unless you're going to like go down to a 1-minute chart and just try to scalp, a handful of pips on a little intraday move. If you're trading even on a even down to like a 15-minute chart, you're not going to get a setup every day by any means. If the price starts consolidating, I mean, you could go, days or longer without a trade, even on a relatively short time frame. And this is an hourly chart, and there's no trading in here for me, even off this hourly chart. And even on the 15-minute, I'm not interested in trading this. So, if this was the only pair I was following, what am I going to do, right? Am I going to go down to a 1-minute chart and try to scalp some little supply and demand moves? I guess I could, but to me it's not worth it, to pick up this whole move down right here is 13 pips. I mean, is that worth it? I don't know. To me it's not. So anyways, that's just an aside about the number of pairs that I trade. So all right, these other symbols over here, this is my futures account. So this is the Nasdaq E-mini, and again, with the U.S. stock market, these are the futures market. It is actually open today, the futures market, but the underlying stock market is closed. So again, this is really not doing much. But just to look at this though, I'm looking at this this symbol to continue to rally up into potential supply zone right here. Which is right there. You can kind of see the area I'm looking at on the hourly chart right about here before this big drop. Could be another one up here, but somewhere in this area here is where I'm looking for this thing to continue to rally up. And that actually would make sense. Generally speaking, it doesn't always fit. But if the dollar weakens, then this market generally rallies. And if the dollar strengthens, these markets usually fall. So if we do see the dollar, as we were looking at on some of the currency pairs, start to strengthen again, for instance, on the pound dollar or whatever, if we do see that start to strengthen again, then potentially, that would also lead to a top in these futures, on these stock future indices, and see these fall. Because again, the dollar strength correlation normally is dollar strength, stocks fall. Okay, just because of flow of money into other assets, and because potentially the dollar gets stronger, that leads to higher interest rates, which leads to less investment in companies, and so therefore it's viewed as negative for stocks because it pulls money out of investment in companies and moves it to other assets. So that would make sense. So that's what I'm looking at, guys. Like I said, today being a holiday is pretty quiet. But, yeah, I just want to make this quick video. I think I'll leave it there. Any questions, comments, any other pairs you want to look at or questions, drop them in the comment section. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you're just finding it, look down in the lower right corner of the screen. You should see the subscribe button, and hit that bell notification below that so you get notified when I make a new video. And like I said, guys, any questions or comments, please let me know, and I'll talk to everybody soon. Have a good day, and hopefully, some of the volume comes back tomorrow and potentially get some opportunities. All right, guys, take care. Thanks.